Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Tillerson, I know that you're new to this, and I know that the chairman was trying to help you out on the question of lobbying on sanctions. You stated on the record that, to your knowledge, neither you nor Exxon ever lobbied against sanctions, that you were merely seeking information. I have 4 different lobbying reports totaling millions of dollars, as required by the Lobbying Disclosure Act, that lists ExxonMobil's lobbying activities on 4 specific pieces of legislation authorizing sanctions, including the Comprehensive Iran Sanctions Accountability and Divestment Act of 2010, the Russian Aggression Prevention Act of 2014, the Ukraine Freedom Support Act of 2014, and the Stand for Ukraine Act. Now, I know you're new to this, but it's pretty clear. My understanding is that when you employ lobbyists who submit lobbying forms under the law, you are taking a position. Is that not correct?
If the form clearly indicates whether we were, I don't know, I haven't seen the form you're holding in your hand, so I don't know whether it indicates were we lobbying for the sanctions or were we lobbying against the sanctions?
I know you weren't lobbying for the sanctions, but
well, if the form
it says specifically, for example, here, specific lobbying issues, Russian aggression prevention of 2014, provisions related to energy. You weren't lobbying for sanctions on energy, were you?
I think that's a description of the subject that was discussed. And I haven't seen the form, Senator, so I don't want to be presumptuous.
Well, you don't. Let me just edify you for the future. You don't need a lobbying disclosure form to simply seek information and clarification about a bill. That's not lobbying. Lobbying specifically is to promote a view, a position, and whatnot. So that's, I'd ask unanimous consent to have these included in the record. So there was lobbying here. And I know that Senator Booker asked you about USA Engage, which you said you don't know about, but ExxonMobil is listed on USA Engage, whose whole purpose, and I'm sure that while Exxon is a huge corporation, like the State Department is a very big entity, that you may not know every minutia of what's going on, but you have to generally understand that you're giving direction as to whether or not you want to be lobbying on certain issues or not, you want to be taking positions on certain issues or not. And so just like you told me earlier that in your world conversation with the president-elect, you didn't discuss Russia, it's a little difficult to think you actually don't know that Exxon was lobbying on these issues of sanctions.
My understanding is those reports are required whether you're lobbying for something or you're lobbying against something. You're still required to report that you have lobbying.
So you believe you were paying monies to lobby for sanctions?
I don't know. All I know, Senator, is I don't
Could you imagine being in a position in which you would have your company and its shareholders pay money to lobby for sanctions that would affect your bottom line?
I don't know, Senator. It would depend on the circumstance.